Hello everyone, Hachadino over here, and today we are going to talk about Path of Exile 2. Precisely about our Flicker Strike build. As you know, we have been playing that one on the last patch that we had. I have it hooked up right now. And if you don't remember, I'm going to be very brief with you. We were doing a hybrid life energy shield build with Soul Tether. Eventually, I had plans to go CI, but there was a bit of a problem with Leech with CI. Namely, I could not get any Leech because now that is locked through a glove that we won't be able to use right now. I have a cool tech to show you later, but we were also getting the 3 charges and using them effectively with charge regulation. We were also using a very strong Flicker Strike with Garukan's Resolve. I did do a video about how to get your 2120 Flicker Strike. You can check that one out if you want. We were using Wind Dancer, and then the idea was also to have a strong Wind Serpent's Fury. And we could empower both of them with Infernal Cry and Flicker Strike also with Mantra of Destruction. I could not do that because I was trying to craft some weapons and no one actually had any will, let's say, yeah, to craft a Flicker Strike weapon like I wanted. Basically, I want this but big stronger. Basically, I wanted all T1s on physical damage, a top one flat or damage with elements, whichever one of those I could get high. Also flat physical, as you can see here, this one doesn't have flat physical. If possible, of course, it will be a full physical weapon because of conversions and things. Critical strike, critical bonus, and plus melee skills. I did buy a base, an exceptional one to boot. This one had the 3 sockets and it costed me 70 divines. And I was crafting it doing the Dextral or Sinistra Rasura, I don't know which one it was, to get the suffixes off and then try and get the +7 to all melee skills. And I failed. Not much more to say. I spent like 100 and something divines and kind of gave up, and then the new POE 1 league came and we kind of abandoned this character, but it was very strong. I did have some cool ideas like this one, remember, to get the extra rage on hit, very cool. And then the Against the Darkness diamond here with extra chaos damage. Ideally you also get another with extra chaos, but I couldn't have it. And the cool from nothing from of resonance. I think it's this one, yes. Giving us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A lot of cool power that we could get from these passives. And then we got these two because they are good by themselves. I would have a ton of damage and I one-shot every boss and I was very happy. I think that was fine to finish the league off. Of course, I'm a very bad player and I die a lot, so I didn't level to 100. But that's a time for another day. Now let's go into the changes. What I'm so hyped about, because actually the Chayula is getting some big changes. First one, this is completely useless, so you can just ignore it. Embrace the Darkness now give +10 maximum darkness per level. It is like 20 something percent buff or something, I don't know, I don't care. Now the red flames leech 15% of life and 15% of mana. The most important thing that you can think about this is baseline. What do they mean by baseline is now they are going to be doubled. And then if you remember, we are always going to be using the harmonic remnants and the remnant potency, making them have even more effect, even if they occur a little bit later. Of course, a very good thing about this is if you also are going to be using The purple flames, they're going to last longer. They already have a lot of power packed into them with the talent that make all of them spawn as purples, and now they are created closer, and you have 50% increased effect, even above that other 40 and other things that you can get, because you can slot Diana on that one and get that extra level, or slot the Uthred's one that you can have two with with that one. So instead of the clarity that I will have over here, you could have that one there, and you will get
Punto, ¿eh?
3 levels extra on that one. And of course, you would get all the extra powers from the levels, and maybe the quality is also not bad because you get that extra increased effect. Maybe you could even get rid of our unique remnants and put the Dialas there for more quality and other things. But for now, we're going to be playing, at least the one I have right now is Sap of Nightmares, but you can of course change to Lucid Dreamer. It's just I was killing the bosses so well that I prefer the other one to get all of the other things going. Now, of course, that's not the only important thing. Void Illusion also got buffed quite a bit. We'll have 3 charges with a lot more damage, more than double. This was a weird skill because the things that you could put into it were not going to be very strong. But I don't know how I will go to that. Now, of course, on the 3 changes, there is not a lot of things that have changed that are important, but maybe some new passives in the new tree are going to be empowered for us to care about that. And then from support changes, we may get some cool things. And there's also a very, very interesting new skill from the wolf that we may be able to use to empower our things, the one that gives you extra cold damage. I will first check if it works with everything, like you can pop it and then go into other things, because for example the one from our staff only works for quarter staves. Maybe that one will only work with talismans. And then there's also the whirling assault, whirling slash. Now it's going to be way faster, but it's actually not called Wilderness Slash. It's called something. Let me 1 second, because I'm using it right now. It's called Whirling Assault. Okay, it's got a huge buff, so now it's going to be like almost 30% faster. It's like someone made the math and it was 28%. Now has plus 14 to melee strike range, and also gets more area of effect per gem level. So you will have like 30 something more area of effect, because we are running around with around level 30 skills. Something like that. Yeah, I have a 28 because I didn't bother to do the. I think this is actually not a level 21 Jewel, not even a level 20. Damn, I was stingy. I was trying to craft a lot and I didn't care about other skills. So you can get around 30, 31 if you really want to be only a Weird Assault build. You can also, remember, get the gem or jewel that gives you plus 3. You can get to 33 around it. It's going to have a huge area and it's going to be way faster. So if you actually equip quite a lot of attack speed, you will get closer to that 1 second of attack time that they are saying that it will have. Previously 1.4, so it was kind of slow. I mean, it does get a little bit faster. Like if you saw some of my clips when I have the frenzies and some extra attack speed from other places, you do get a little bit of power from it. But of course, there is no change to damage. But if I'm going to be honest, using the ability, damage was kind of fine. Like if you put the right supports, it was doing quite a decent amount of damage. Also, another change is the Garukan's result got completely bricked. It's still going to be useful maybe for some people, but the way Flicker Strike works is it rolls crit once, and then all of the hits are going to be critical or not. So this change kind of breaks it for us. So we are going to be likely going to culmination, but they also nerfed culmination. Now only has up to 20 combo. Before you could have like I have gotten when I had the combo extra things, I have gotten to around 80 without no issue between getting other skills going and getting the power on that. And it also now only does 20% more damage. To a gap of course, now it's going to be only 40% more. Maybe we don't even care about culmination anymore and we just drop it and use something like Rage Forge or something like that. And why Rage Forge? Because we are not going to be using our Baal gloves anymore. Now we can use Elite Chimes. Whoa, there it is. Now it's 25% chance to gain a power charge when expending combo points. I'm using right now Resonance, and with Resonance I'm getting endurance charges from using ID chimes, and I'm using it with the where it is. There it is, with Mantra of Destruction and delayed gratification. This makes it so my Mantra of Destruction takes double the combo required to use. So in my case it's going to be 14, but I can use it twice. So that means that I can use Mantra Destruction once. I will be 14, and 14 plus 25%. As you might expect, we are going to cap on our power charges quite easily. Um, because it's more than 250, we maybe get 4 or 5 on that first use, and the first use I was using it anyway for Tempest Bell, and then on the second use that I did have my Flicker Strike used, I would have all of those power charges coming. Right now, my cap, I think it's like 8 power charges. You can get 9 if you get a corruption, or you can get some other more if you use one of those Abyssal Cool Jewels. You can get 1 or 2 more. I think it's only 1 because it's a special mod that can roll or not. But you can get 8 or 9 on there. And of course, if you don't want to use the other camps with Mantra of Destruction, you can always use it with Tempest Bell, or just put Culmination on any attack thingy. You can put Culmination if you want, or your Quarterstaff Strike. Although I'm right now using it for Catharsis, because remember Chayula volatility things, thingies, and you will pop that Culmination and give you those power charges if you don't want to bother with Mantra of Destruction. Of course, Mantra of Destruction is good to have with Silent Chimes because you can also put charge perfusion, duration, and get more levels on it. And of course, if you want to know how to use the fastest way your Quarterstaff Strike, you will have it on your first set with 3 Watts Ferocity, and it will be nerfed. Instead of more attack speed, it's going to be increased attack speed, but it's still a very very fast attack. When you put Rage 3, you get more attack speed if you don't have Rage. Cadence, also you get more attack speed, and then there has increased attack speed, less damage, but we don't really care about that. You would put, instead of Catharsis, you could put the Culmination and Aided Chimes, and maybe the weakest one is Cadence instead of that one. So with that, our Athlete of Chayula is going to be way stronger. There's also quite a chance that the power threat, you can also change some things and make them stronger with those cool forward things, and you will be able to use actual gloves. Of course, I still would recommend to get the Sniper's Mark and Combat Frenzy thing going, mainly to get your Frenzy charges. because with charge regulation, with power charges and frenzy charges, you will be able to get extra damage from more critical and more skill speed. And you can always get the endurance from breaking armor with armor break 3. Maybe you can also even put the thing that consumes armor break on your charge staff to get recurring breaks. Kind of a cool tech that you can use. And for everything else, I will see you in the league. I'm very pumped. I'm also quite curious to see how I can introduce druid skills in my build. Maybe instead of that moon blessing thingy, if it doesn't work with quarter staffs, we can use the super roar from bear. That one does work with infernal cry at this shoot for other skills, and we will go with that. Have a nice day, and I will see you on the next video.